It's like having a personal tutor for your complex ideas, available anytime. Hey everyone, welcome to the Data and AI with Mukundan show. I'm your host Mukundan Sankar, and today we'll be talking about NotebookLM and how it can be your newest and your most knowledgeable teacher. So, I don't know if you've heard about NotebookLM. It's one of the newest products by Google. And so, the thing about NotebookLM is people have been using this for podcasting. By people, I mean content creators. However, what I wanted to talk about today was Notebook LM can be used for something more than podcasting. There's so much more to just generating like AI generated podcasts from this tool, and that's basically the focus of this episode. So before I even go into anything, let me just talk about Notebook LM. What is Notebook LM? Notebook LM is this product by Google. Um, it's a really cool AI based product. So it's powered by an really AI powered chatbot. It's a super advanced chatbot, and in the back end, it is using Gemini 1.5. So it's basically designed for research and also for note taking, but it excels at making written content into audio. So basically the key features of this product is uploading content from various sources like web links, basically URLs, YouTube videos, Google Docs. It can generate audio conversations that sound like real human dialogues, which I mentioned, and it can provide really insightful summaries and suggest questions based on the uploaded text or web link. So basically, any kind of text that you upload, it will suggest questions as well based on that. So, my initial impression when I first discovered this was I was amazed by its ability to transform blogs into podcast. And yeah, I mean that is a game-changing tool for sure. So the way it works is you have two people, a man and a woman, and they are having a conversation. So in this conversation, they are talking about the piece of content that you wrote, and they are explaining it in a really uh, easy to understand way. Um, so basically, they're taking something really complex. In my case, it was a complex blog post, and it was turning it to something which is very easily understandable. So I thought that was amazing how they did that. Because I felt like, well, I couldn't have done a better job myself. And to maybe think about it in a more fun way, think about it like two of your favorite podcast hosts, and they are having an espresso and just having a casual conversation. So that's what it sounds like. So I mean, this kind of a game-changing tool, I think, would be where the podcast world is headed now. So speaking from my personal experience, so I uploaded a content about retrieval augmented generation. So it's like one of my blog posts, and I'll link that in my show notes. So in this blog post, basically what I did was I had broken down retrieval augmented generation and how it can be used for news. So basically, how to generate AI summaries and audio from the text. So for this particular use case which I had, I used this blog post and I generated a conversation. So there's an option to generate a conversation, which means you can generate a podcast episode from a piece of text here, and that feature felt really intuitive. So what Notebook LM did in this use case was it created a podcast episode from my blog post, and it made retrieval augmented generation sound so easy, and any 10-year-old could probably pick that up. So it's just sounds like two experts are having a conversation, and they're making it very easy for even a 5 to 10 year old to understand the conversation. um, it's like a general conversation they're having, and you get to be a part of that. So um, What I think makes NotebookLM unique is its audio creation capability. So basically, you're converting text into naturally sounding dialogues, which sets it apart, right? And it's like turning your, um, you know, your Word document into like a really uh, super interesting, super intelligent TED talk. And there's so much education potential as well with NotebookLM. It, like I said, it makes like a complex idea sound very easy. So, so any complex subject that you want to feed it, you can get like a very easy answer from it. So it's like a supplemental learning as well in that process, right? Like in addition to your YouTube, your um, Google, Chat GPT, and all of that other um, search tools basically. So these tools, they help you to understand complex topics as well, right? But this can be your essential, like your additional you know supplemental learning tool, and is that's something really cool. So my vision is just this, basically. Just, I know a lot of people are talking about using NotebookLM for podcasting, and that is amazing. But what we should be also thinking about is using it for learning, learn complex topics, any kind of topic which you read online. For example, you read a research paper, and that is going above your head. That happens a lot with me. I try to read research papers to keep up to date in my field. But in your case, if you're kind of similar like me, maybe you're reading research papers, maybe you're reading blog articles or something else online, which you want to understand. um, just take the content from that page and just upload it to NotebookLM, and you will be amazed at how it can convert that kind of complex information into easily digestible data. So that's I think that's really cool, and it would be very educational for you. And speaking from personal experience, it was for me. So I hope uh, you can feel the same about it. Um, yeah, I mean, just using it for podcasting, yeah, I'm sure like we'll have a world where we just have podcasts where just two people are talking instead of all the amazing content creators are out there. So I hope we don't get to that place where we just have AI generated podcasts. I still want to listen to actual humans, but maybe that's just me. Um, but I would say this, that use it to benefit you. Just learn something new. So when you're on the go, you can use this to learn something. So like I said, since you're learning complex topics, maybe you can generate a podcast, but that's just for yourself. So just play it while you're on the go somewhere. Maybe you're in your car, just have it playing on your phone, or it's connected to your multimedia player on your car, your Apple CarPlay or your Android Auto, whatever. So you are connected to that, and you're listening to this podcast generated through NotebookLM. uh, I'm not sure if NotebookLM is completely there yet, but um, maybe they'll have a product. Right now I think it's in beta phase, um, or experimental phase, whichever. But I think when you want to learn something, you should use NotebookLM in the future. So that's all from me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks, everyone.